Hi, basket case here. I am almost at the end of row 3. You'll see I have 3 stitches here and 3 stitches here and 2 here. So this is the last stitch of row 3. After this stitch, I'm going to change threads and I'm going to change colors. I change my thread colors for not each new row, but at the beginning of a row. And this is a sample of a suncatcher with lots of different colors. And you can see that if you change at the end of the row, you get a consistency in your stitch count for each row. I'm going to do the last stitch of row 3. I'm going to do the whole stitch, in on the back, in on the left, out on the right, and then I'm going to go over and complete the stitch by doing the top of it. When I get to this one, I'm only going to do the bottom of the stitch. Back to front, in on the left, out on the right. If you're noticing all this here, I had to do it a couple times because I said the wrong thing. So I've tied that knot a few times. All right, I snug my stitch down. You can see it's pulling it to that angle. I don't want to do the top half of the stitch because then I'll have 4 orange and I want to change to yellow. So we're finishing row 3, we're going into row 4. I'm going to go between those 2 rows to get myself to the back of the piece. And I went around the leg of the stitch and I'm going to go all the way around and then sew down between the rows. If you don't get an angle that you like, take it out and try again. Sew down between the rows, and I'll get my pliers here and pull that through. And snug it down. And then again, I cut thread straight across so that I don't cut any of my stitches out. I have cut stitches and ruined baskets, so I'm pretty careful about that. Now I'm going to go to yellow, and again, I'm doing these colors to show contrast. This is not necessarily a color design that I would find appealing, but so that you can see clearly. I'm going to do the bottom half of the same stitch. Follow that thread through that I just did. Back to front, left to right. And I'm going to leave a tail of about maybe 4 or 5 inches. Then I turn my work over. I put a second needle on the tail end. And again, I'm going to go around the leg of this stitch. It's going to make a little knot. And then I'm going to further anchor it by pushing it through those rows. And you can tell that I'm pushing hard and using pliers. That means it's going to be secure. And you can see that little yellow knot that I made. I cut straight across. And my row guide feels a little loose. Again, keep pressing this flat. I take the cut end of the pine needle, hold it 1/2 inch from the end, spread these needles apart, push it in, and I can feel it catch, and now this is very snug. And you'll see now, go to the next stitch, go in on the left, come out the front on the right, and my spiral stitches are going to be yellow. I am going to do maybe another 2 rows, possibly 3 in the yellow, and then in the next video we'll change threads and change colors again. Changing threads has several steps to it, and so I intend on repeating that so that you don't have to watch a long video just to get to the thread change, and you can be reminded when you need it. I will put my clip on to hold my work, and see you next time.